Hi.
And welcome.
Well, it's my first ever live.
Yeah, it's our first live together.
Yes.
I'm Cassie.
I'm Dana.
And we work for CandleScience.
Welcome.
And we thought it'd be fun to wrap up the year just by talking about some of our favorite things this year. Containers, fragrances, projects.
Yeah.
Fragrance blends, of course.
A couple
blends.
We came out with so many things the past year. It was kind of hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
But I figured we'd jump right in and start with containers.
Yes.
Some jars, some tins.
We released so many containers this year, more than we ever have in a single year, by far.
It was a lot of fun. And a lot of them are very different, which
Yes.
I ended up liking a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and if you have questions or comments, post them down in the chat.
Yeah, it's definitely open-ended. We're going to be telling you what we liked. We'd love to know what you liked.
Yeah.
Or what you didn't.
Yeah, please share your favorite or your least favorite things.
Oh, no.
We'll take negative comments too.
Yes, that is true. Did you want to start?
I'll start, yes. So my very favorite container is the Smoke Sonoma tumbler jar. I love this jar. I think it looks so elegant. I love the wine bottle look, and it's just perfect.
I love all the lid options.
Yeah, we have a bunch of lid options. This is the pine wooden lid in brown. And it doesn't come with this little bee on it. That was something I added myself.
It's very cute. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just very classy. I like that.
Yeah. And we have other shapes or other varieties of the Sonoma tumbler too that I like quite a bit.
Speaking of. One of my, I will say maybe my absolutely favorite jar ever in the history of forever is the Prism Sonoma jar.
Yeah.
A very, very different vibe from the Smoke Sonoma.
Yeah, it's like the opposite end of the spectrum.
It kind of is, but I love this jar. I loved it as soon as it came out.
Yeah, I love it too. It's hard not to. I mean, look at it. Look at that.
And does this go with anything in my house? Absolutely not. Did I buy a whole case when they came out? Absolutely, yes. One of my favorite things about these jars is that they look completely different.
Yes.
No matter where they are, the lighting. When they're lit, they burn with this beautiful, beautiful glow. It's almost like sci-fi looking.
Yeah.
It's very magical. These actually came out of the same box.
Yeah, so slightly different.
Each one will be different, and I think that's a vibe for sure. Consistency is really not what these are about. It's kind of more about each individual look.
Yeah.
They also look really cute with labels. This was, I think, one of my favorites.
Oh, I loved that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Avery did that for us.
Yeah, that's
really
the
cute.
upside down arch label.
That was really nice. I've only ever used them like this.
I know, so I thought that was super clever, especially since these have the rounded bottom. It kind of works for the shape.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
This shape can be a little bit tricky to label, only because they are slightly tapered. So you do want to end up with a label slightly within that area there. You can definitely play around the sizes. Avery's actually great with that.
Yeah.
Love that. Ooh, what's
our next? These are another of my favorites. The mini modern ceramic tumblers. I particularly like the sage color. But let's see. Yeah, so we have the regular ones, and then we also launched these little minis, and they're just so cute.
Cutest of 2023. It used to be the regular mini tumblers for me, but these one.
I love them. Yeah, and they work with the same lids that the regular modern tumblers have.
They're great for offering different sizes within the same line.
Yeah.
I've seen some really great branding out with those. It's nice to have different size options.
Yeah, totally. And I've seen people do little sets with these. Maybe they offer the regular size as their primary line. But then I've also seen people do 2 or 3 sets of the minis they sell as a pack, You could do a subscription box with these.
Yeah. That's actually a really, really good idea. They ship well too.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take it to a new level now with a surprising jar for me. I did not expect to like this jar as much as I did. It is the yellow iridescent tumbler jar.
Yeah.
And it's just so bright. It's so happy. It's so cheerful. And
I was surprised you liked it because it was cheerful.
Womp womp. But again, I don't know, there was something about brightly colored jars this year in particular that I ended up loving. And this was actually the project that made me fall in love with these jars. The lemon inspiration.
Honestly, same. Like, yellow is not like a color I typically go to. But seeing those in that project with those white glass lids on top, I just think they look so cute.
I know. I loved it.
Yeah.
But, and it just kind of stuck with me. Again, it doesn't go with anything I have, but big fan.
Well, maybe like the contrast, that kind of works.
Yeah,
as
do like a black and yellow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do we have next?
Oh, wait, we have a comment. Yeah. What jars do we recommend? Well, any of the ones we just talked about, for sure.
Absolutely. Ooh, it depends on the vibe. It depends on what you're looking for. I would say the modern ceramics and the mini moderns are a great kind of starting jar for a lot of people.
If you're wanting to go for like a higher end, kind of like luxe luxury look. But, if you're just getting started or you just want to try out candle making, and actually, this is a great segue. The tins. We have a huge variety of candle tins, and I think they're great for beginners.
Yeah. And honestly, really good for the holidays.
Good for the holidays, too. I'd mentioned doing like a subscription box sample pack, and the tins are perfect for that because they're lightweight. They're, and we have a cool project with them too. But they come in a variety of colors. We've got the gold, the black, the white, the rose gold. And like, they're just nice. They're just very like satisfying.
Yeah. They're great for samples. They're great for gifts. This was a project that we did, I don't know, a few years ago, I think now.
No, it was
this one?
Was it last year?
Valentine's Day? Oh, it might be. Oh my God.
Was it this year?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
The time
flies.
It runs together. But yeah, this was a Valentine's Day box of chocolates kind of inspired idea that we did with the 2-ounce tins. Look how cute.
Yeah. You can absolutely adapt it to any holiday event. Anything with a theme, really.
It doesn't even have to be a theme. It can just be like a sampler pack of, your fragrances.
Very true. It's great for like wholesaling and things like that.
Yeah, totally. You could take this around to like different shops, either just to show them or even like, to leave it with them if you want. It's super professional.
Yes. Retailers definitely love a nice gift, some nice samples. So if you're looking to sell your candles, it makes a really good impression.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let me think what we had. Okay, I really, really liked this year super bright candles, but I'm taking it down a notch here for the matte black jars because we released so many.
Love the matte black.
New things, but I loved the matte black Sonoma, the mini Sonomas, which are just so cute, and the matte black straight-sided tumbler. I think that this just really hit for me.
Yeah.
I love the glow of a candle through a glass container, but there is something so nice and warm and cozy about these.
Yeah.
Very luxurious.
Very chic.
But the difference between our regular straight-sided tumbler and the matte black is very noticeable.
Yeah.
And both are great. They, both find their way in a ton of lines. But if I had to pick one, personally, I'm gonna go with matte black.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very modern, just like very now kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been waiting for matte black for a while.
Let's see.
The green mini tumbler, so cute.
Yes, we agree. It's definitely my favorite of the minis. But
yeah, same.
The denim actually won me over a little bit.
I like the denim too. It's like a nice color.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I mean, we've been making a ton of candles as well.
Yes.
And I think we've actually had a lot of experience with the same wax this past year.
Yeah,
the same different uses.
The same 2 waxes. Yeah.
So let's start with beeswax.
Yes.
So currently we have white and yellow beeswax. I personally have been using it a lot for like embeds or decorative things like that. I have made regular beeswax candles with them. I will absolutely admit that they are tricky to wick. They can be a little trickier to scent just because they already have a natural aroma to them, which I find to be very pleasant.
Yeah, and like when I'm using beeswax, I'm like blending it with another wax or several waxes, and just to add some like hardness and to have help get those like nice smooth tops after burning, things like that. And I don't find that the natural aroma really affects it when you're using it in a small percentage.
Yeah, no, I have made just plain beeswax candles on their own. It can be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's absolutely worth it. But if you're blending beeswax with anything, it does have a higher melt point of around like 144.
Yeah.
So it can give you that hardness. You can blend it with soy wax especially.
Yes.
So if you were struggling with some maybe, traditional soy wax issues, pop a little beeswax in there. Try it out.
Yeah.
I find that it helps.
Yeah, I wouldn't go higher than like 9%.
Yeah.
If you're blending it. Like maybe 6, 7, 8 is probably the sweet spot.
A dash.
Yeah,
A dash of
just
bees.
a little bit. Yeah, if you add too much in a blend, it'll like contribute to some cracking, which you don't want to see.
Oh, do we want to?
Oh, we do have a
we can
question.
Go back here.
Yeah. Do we sell these boxes? So we do not carry these boxes. These are sold by our partners at Flush Packaging. And you can just find them at flushpackaging.com. They have a whole section of boxes that are just for CandleScience containers. So
yeah. You will be able to sort on Flush Packaging site by CandleScience.
Yep.
So they are made specifically for our jars. They have singles, they have 3-packs, they have like sample sizes. And they're really cool. Like they're
really,
the
coolest,
really cool
nicest
company.
people. Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
So Flush Packaging.
Yep.
And then the other wax that I think you kind of got me to start using was the MP117.
Which surprised me. I think the first time I worked with it was during another live that I did, making just some paraffin container candles. And I was shocked by how much I liked it because, I typically don't use paraffin for container candles, but I really like the MP117.
I was also surprised by it. And I think just to kind of take a break from 464, there's nothing wrong with it. Love that wax. Will always, kind
it's
of
our best. It's our best selling wax. Yeah.
So it's always on hand. We always
we
have it available.
We have a lot of it.
We also do like a lot of our testing in soy wax, but the throw of the MP117, the ease of use, and for me the way it takes dye.
Yeah, it takes color super well, which if you're used to working with soy, you probably know that adding dye, you get those more pastel colors, which are very pretty. But if you're wanting something vibrant, you're going to probably want to go with a paraffin.
I would. Maybe a blend something like 6006, but the MP117, very, very happy with that performance. And this was the year that I think I spent the most time working with it.
Yeah, same. And, another thing I really liked about it is a lot of times with the paraffin container waxes, they shrink as they cool, so you'll end up with like those dips in the middle around the wick or sinkholes around the wick. And while I still did see that a little bit with this wax, it was more minimal compared to other paraffin container waxes that I've worked with. So that was nice.
Yeah, no, definite ease of use. Very, very happy with it.
Yeah.
And if anybody is kind of a little on the fence about trying a new wax, I would definitely recommend checking out the lab notes on that product page if we have them. Usually we have some pictures, some descriptions of our testing process. It helps a little bit when making that decision.
Yeah.
Or you can just like DM us.
Yeah, or DM us, ask us on Instagram, TikTok, ask our support team, email, whatever.
Yeah. We like to help.
Yeah, we like to help and we like to chat about waxes, so.
We're very passionate about these things.
Yeah. Yeah, we're cool.
We're so cool.
Oh.
We love you too,
Patty. We love you as well.
So nice.
Okay.
What else? Okay. I'm so excited about this one. Okay.
Yeah.
We had a lot of cool projects this year.
We did some fun ones.
We had a lot of leeway this year to kind of like try some new things, play around with a few ideas. And, we just love kind of testing some things out. So what was your favorite project? Because I think I know.
Oh, shocker. So one of my favorites was the Halloween Dracula Vampire Collection. If you've known me at all, you probably would guess that. But yeah, I just love these old school vampire vibes, these black and white black, white, and red candles, featuring the matte black jars.
Yes, very on trend.
And they also we did this cool one where they bleed red as you burn them, which is just very nice. And then, of course, I was obsessed with, this was your idea, I believe, the sparkly whipped soap. Like, not all vampires are sparkly, but some are.
This is the skincare of a killer, Bella.
Yeah.
I also loved this project, and this is when the red jars first came out.
Yeah.
I was really excited to use them before Christmas, because that was the next kind of, big red candle holiday that I could think of. So I think they absolutely fit the theme here, and that was a lot of fun to make. But I also liked the Halloween project probably the best. But I actually really, really liked the Frankenstein section.
I loved that one too.
I think we got a little carried away here with the zombie-esque theme.
You can never get too carried away with Halloween.
We do love it. I think this is where we truly shine. But what surprised me was the paper tubes that you can see is taking a brain candle out of. So I just really wanted to play around with the idea of the packaging on the tubes themselves, kind of like that label kind of being the main, focus, and then the candle inside. Sometimes you don't have to label candles, or they can be supplemental, they can be additional. And I really, really liked playing around with those paper tubes in terms of packaging. They can be super customized.
They came out so cute. And I also really loved the diffusers.
Yes.
Featuring the quotes from, Mary Shelley's book, Frankenstein. The first science fiction book.
And it is, I think, for people who love reading and want that kind of like ambiance. Yeah. Reed diffusers are perfect for that. You don't have to worry about the flame. Sometimes you might start reading and realize, oh no, it's 4 hours later. So reed diffusers.
That's never happened to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. They do kind of set like an olfactory mood that you can kind of like, it does lend itself to like an immersive experience. Yeah. And you don't have to worry about an open flame. Yeah. You can just scent your space while you get cozy and kind of read your horror novels. Yeah. But that was, I'm glad we like those.
Yeah. Well, going in a totally different direction, the opposite side of the spectrum, one of my other favorite projects were these macaron wax melts.
There's nothing spooky about those at all.
Oh my god, they are so adorable. This is the cutest idea for wax melts, and they look amazing. I mean, look at these things.
If you had handed those to me, I would have eaten them.
That is something you do need to, make sure people know they're not edible. They are wax. Yes. But yeah, and this was kind of inspired by, we released a fragrance almond macaron that we were like, oh my god, we need to make macaron wax melts or something with this.
Yeah. No, I think that ended up being kind of a perfect marriage of the fragrance and the project. Yeah. And these burn really well also. We used a few different techniques, whipped wax, dye, using mica as some gold dust. So there are a lot of baking elements that kind of relate to candle making in a way. So if you can bake a cake, you can make a candle.
Yeah, baking is very similar to candle making. You got to weigh your ingredients. I mean, it's
alarmingly similar.
Yeah.
Just don't eat
what you make. Don't eat your wax products, please.
Don't call us if you do. You know what? I actually really loved a cookie project as well. Yeah. It is the most recent one that we did. It's our Christmas inspiration.
Love this one.
Again, you could have fooled me. I may have eaten it.
And you're the ones who made them.
I know. After I don't see them for a while, it all comes flooding back. Yeah. But I love these. I think this is such a cute idea, a spin on like milk and cookies for Santa. You could do, especially with Flush Box. Yeah. You could do like a milk and cookies trio, a milk and cookies themed set. We made the labels kind of looking like old school recipes.
Yeah, that was my favorite part actually.
And that was just really fun. But I kind of love that idea of like old school nostalgia. Yeah. But the possibilities here are kind of endless when it comes to the inspo.
When I thought this was a really smart jar choice as well. This is the heavy base tumbler because it kind of looks a little vintagey, old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan. And we do have a lot of customers who have said that they use some of our containers like as drinking vessels, like the Puebla jars, these jars, which is fine, just not after you've made candles in them.
Yeah.
So don't do that. I wouldn't repurpose them.
No.
Just want to make that clear.
Let's see. Oh, my next favorite project, which I thought was such a smart idea, was the wax melt trio.
It's so bright and happy.
It's so bright and happy. I love just like the branding on this one, and I love the idea behind it where, you know, obviously you can, of course, melt these individually, melt the scents individually, but you can also melt them together and kind of create your own blend as you're melting them.
And that was super interesting.
Yeah.
Because blending 3 fragrances is difficult.
Yes. The math is
yeah.
kind of, well, you know.
But to have 3 scents in one box that you can kind of play with those ratios and kind of change the mood of that blend, I thought was really, really kind of interesting to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like a more like interactive experience for customers too, because, you know, they can kind of figure out what they like. You know, do they like 2 of one fragrance to 1 of another one? Do they do all 3 together?
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm kind of into also when you are blending fragrances to not maybe always stick with 50-50. You know, sometimes it is that 75-25 and this kind of helps with that. It's a lot of fun, if anything.
Yeah.
Mine is also a trio, but different vibe. Again, not quite as happy. Oh no.
They're still happy.
They are, but it's definitely moody. Like I'm kind of into the very like autumnal feeling. And again, this was a little bit not gloomy, but moodier. Like
it is moody.
You know, it's more reading a book in a corner
it's
on
cozy.
a rainy day. Yeah. The leaves are turning colors. But there's something about these amber jars and full wrap labels.
Oh, I love a full wrap label.
Especially when the color blocking is so bold.
Yeah.
It's like jewel tones, bold colors, even pastels can look really cool.
Yes.
And anybody can do this, you know, with a line of candles. But I think by color coding things or sets or, you know, themes, I just think it works really, really well. And I've seen it a lot on amber jars.
It works really well on the amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan there.
Yeah. So for anyone who is just joining, let's do a quick recap of what we talked about so far. So we started with containers, going through our favorite containers. Yes. Yeah, we had the smoke Sonomas, these babies right here, one of my absolute favorite jars of all time.
Followed by these guys who, same but different, for sure.
I mean, and if you don't like these, then... I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but...
I might say it.
You're wrong. Then what else did we talk about? Oh, the mini modern tumblers. That was another of my favorites as well.
Yes. And then the yellow iridescent, which I know that these might not be everyone's favorite, but they won me over for sure. Definitely recommend.
Yeah, they're honestly like really pretty. And like yellow isn't really my sort of color, but... These really grew on me.
They're so happy.
Yeah.
They're too happy. That might have been the problem in the beginning.
That's probably why they're not for me.
I love them, though. But I also really did end up loving the matte black.
How can you not like the matte black?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then we also talked about the tins. Just candle tins in general. I especially love the black and white ones. I love doing them in cute little sets like these. I think they're great for gifts. For traveling because, you know, they're lightweight and they're just easy to pop right in like your carry-on.
Absolutely.
All right, we have a couple questions and comments.
A win's a win.
Yay.
We're going to celebrate a win.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you got your stuff.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Love to hear it during the busy season too.
Just in time.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did we talk about? Oh, we talked about the waxes.
Yeah. I think that this is... been a great year for beeswax. I think 2024 is going to be a good year for beeswax.
It's going to be the year of beeswax, I think.
I'm going to call it now.
Yeah.
Beeswax is getting the love it deserves. So I can't wait to see it. Can't wait. I hope you guys try it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about using it for wax melts, blending it with other softer waxes.
Especially with soy.
Yeah, especially with soy.
Is a great blend.
It's great with soy.
And then the MP117.
Yeah, super surprising to both of us that we really loved this wax.
Yeah, currently it is my favorite paraffin container.
Yeah, same.
Still love the 4630, but
yeah, I don't know. The MP117's kind of got a leg up on it.
It won out this year. Yeah. And then we think for our projects, and all of our inspiration projects are always under the inspiration
section
tab.
Yeah, on the website.
On the website, so you can definitely see what we've done as we move forward.
Yeah.
As well, there'll be more.
Yeah. All right. Moving into a fragrance.
This is why you're here.
Yeah, this is why you're here, probably.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, let's talk about our favorite fragrance oils and essential oils. My very favorite fragrance this year was matcha and bergamot.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Yeah. It's an incredible fragrance. The matcha is nice and earthy. The bergamot is a pretty prominent note, I find, in the hot throw. And a lot of times with those citrus fragrances, you kind of get that fuel-like burning type of smell. I get none of that with this fragrance. None.
No, it is, I know we have a lot of fragrances that the difference between out of bottle and in a product are starkly different. This is one of them, I would say.
I wouldn't say it's starkly different. It's a little different.
For burning, I much prefer this one burning.
Yeah.
But it is a little like tangy right out of the bottle, but I think in a candle it's amazing.
Oh my God, it's beautiful in a candle. Yeah, the really nice like grounding earthiness of the matcha, like just it really comes through. It's really well balanced with the bergamot, which is more like bright and energizing and fresh.
Yeah.
Beautiful fragrance. It has great reviews too, so people seem to agree.
You guys like it, even if we don't. But we do.
But we do.
Big fan of that. That was one of my favorites of that launch, for sure.
For sure.
One of my favorites from the most recent launch, however, was Redwoods and Moss.
Yeah, this was one of my favorites too.
I don't know. I haven't met anyone who does not like this fragrance.
Yeah.
If you don't, that's fine. We can absolutely talk about it.
We'll discuss.
I'd love to know why.
We'll
I just want to talk.
Yeah.
I just want to talk. But it is. I love woodsy scents. Fraser fir around this time of year, of course. Very, very popular. But if you're not looking for something over the top pine, doesn't automatically read Christmas.
Yeah.
Redwoods and Moss.
Yeah, great year-round, like woodsy, foresty, outdoorsy scent. I've seen several people use this who are, based in the Pacific Northwest as kind of like their hometown sort of candle or just like regional scent.
Yeah. The earthiness here is nothing like petrichor, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Although it does blend well with petrichor if you want a little like dirty earthiness to it.
You can make it dirtier if you want. But this is just a very, very pleasant woodsy scent for me. And people seem to agree. So
it's a great one.
Yeah. A great blender too.
It is. It blends well with a lot of things.
Yeah. We have so many good woodsy scents that it was hard to pick, honestly.
It was hard to pick, yeah. But I agree. I think if I was forced to choose, which I kind of was for this purpose.
We can put it on the list.
Yeah. I would, Redwoods and Moss, my favorite.
Nice.
My next favorite, which I also know is one of your favorites too, so
I know.
We have very similar taste in fragrance.
We should disagree more.
Yeah. Limoncello Cream. I was shocked that I liked this fragrance because I usually don't love gourmand scents. They're just too sweet for me, but there's something about this one that I cannot get enough of. It is so good when it's burning. It's good out of the bottle too, honestly, but the hot throw just kind of like blows the out of bottle scent away. You've got the lemon there, of course. There's a little bit of like a butteriness, creaminess to it. The honey that's in there.
I think it's the honey note, honestly.
I think so.
It's not a huge player.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of balances out that tartness so well, where it's not sickly sweet. It doesn't smell like candy, but it's like mouth-watering.
Yeah.
Like really thinking about it, it is so on point to be a very like sweet and delicious gourmand scent.
Yeah, and I actually burn this in my house a fair bit, which... Again,
Who are you?
I know. I was surprised by because, like, usually I don't want my house to smell like, a cake or something sweet unless I'm actually baking an actual cake because then I want to eat it. But this just, I don't know. It's a really good, just like everyday burning kind of scent, honestly.
You know what? It would look really nice in a yellow iridescent tumbler.
Oh my god, it would. It absolutely would.
So you know what? There we go. I found my next project.
Yeah, perfect.
It is, and I completely understand not wanting to burn gourmands in your home because it makes you want to eat cake and cookies.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah.
But when I don't have them.
Right, when I don't
That's the
have them,
problem.
then it's frustrating, yeah.
I, too, had a favorite citrus. And this one, again, I kind of feel like it can be a little bit polarizing. But it is orange pomander.
Yeah. It is a polarizing one a little
You
bit.
know, and I fully accept that this is maybe not for everyone. It is absolutely for me. I even liked the peppercorn pomander as well. Very kind of similar sense, but the orange pomander, I would say, is the superior pomander here.
I agree.
And it does kind of give Christmas vibes, like, for sure. But I'm very much about that. I do burn this all year round, blended with Fireside.
I mean,
It's that spice.
Yeah.
It's that little bit of spice of that citrus, a little bit of tonka bean, and just like a touch of vanilla to calm it out.
yeah. But the orange is still nice and juicy.
Yeah. It's not spicy to hurt.
Yeah, it keeps it
it's a
from
little
getting,
kick.
like, heavy.
Yeah. That is a great description of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very energizing, I think, for me, and super pleasing. So I really like this one. But again, I know not everyone does, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I have another woodsy scent on my list, which is actually from the same launch as Redwoods and Moss, and that is sugar pine and patchouli, or as we say, sugar pine and patchouli.
It is wild to me that sugar pine and patchouli and Redwoods and Moss were able to be released in the same launch and just both perform so wildly well.
Yeah, and they're different. They're very different as well. And this was another one I was surprised that I like so much because typically I'm not a big patchouli girly. Like,
it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. Some people are all about it. Other people get the patchouli away from me. Like, and I was like kind of in the middle. But this one, the patchouli just marries so well with the pine.
Yeah.
And it keeps it from getting overly like Christmassy. Like, this is another one you could use all year round. You absolutely could use it as a Christmas tree woodsy scent, but you can use it all year round.
There's that little note of pear.
Yeah, it's like not something you would pick out necessarily.
It is so complex and well balanced. But we do know that, like, seeing the word patchouli can kind of be off-putting. But please try. If you try one patchouli scent, I would recommend this one.
Yeah, don't let that throw you off,
agree.
because it's not very patchouli forward. It kind of just melds really well with the other notes.
Upon a bed of patchouli,
Yeah.
if you will. Very, very pleasant. I did like that one too.
Yeah.
One day we'll disagree violently about something.
Then we'll fight.
Yeah. We'll fight it out. Another one that I loved and actually just bought a lot of, not for gifts, just for me, was Palo Santo and Sandalwood.
Another one of my favorites too.
Sandalwood. It's the sandalwood for me.
Yeah.
Sandalwood is one of my all-time favorite.
I love
fragrances, but also blenders.
Yes.
A touch of sandalwood can just really, I think, kind of soften and elevate at the same time, which I think is beautiful. But to have that more true Palo Santo fragrance in here, I was super, super happy to find.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do burn the Palo Santo wood, like the actual wood, a lot in my house, because I think the aroma is gorgeous. And I was really, really pleased with this fragrance because I find it very true to the aroma of just the raw, unburnt Palo Santo wood.
Yeah. No, it took a lot to kind of find that really nice balance as well.
Yeah.
It's not super smoky.
Yeah. Yeah. I think our product development team tested a lot of Palo Santo fragrances before they found this one.
Yeah. So, I mean, if anyone's tried it, let us know how true to life you think it is. We're very, very open to feedback on that.
Yeah, for sure.
And anything, really.
Yeah.
So, on to essential oils.
Essential oils, yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we launched these this year, right?
I mean...
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so we launched a line of essential oils. A lot of them, not all, are good for candle making. My favorite probably is the black pepper essential oil.
I've been seeing black pepper notes pop up
Everywhere.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So.
It's, it smells like black peppercorns, which I like. They kind of like give you that sneezy feeling a little bit, but I don't know. I like that. I like the spiciness. I like the earthiness. Mm-hmm. And it's really good.
Yeah. It adds a touch of that to a lot of, I don't know, softer or more powdery scents as well.
Yeah.
So if something needs a kick, if you find something lacking in your blend, literally a dash of pepper might be the fix.
Yeah, I think it's kind of nice with a lot of floral fragrances.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit. It really elevates the floral.
Yeah, and it's very on trend. I can see that continuing as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look out for that some more.
Yeah.
I don't think my essential oil choice is quite as popular, but it is staunchly tea tree.
I like the tea tree too.
She can be a lot.
She is strong.
Tea tree essential oil is so strong. I think we most recently used this in the tea tree and turmeric project.
The soap, yeah.
So it was like an angled bar loaf soap. I think it came out so beautifully. It was naturally colored with turmeric, and it was naturally scented with tea tree oil.
And it smelled like tea tree oil for like 4 weeks in our office, which I was into.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I may have used the max, should not have. So next time, just a touch of tea tree oil goes a long way.
Yeah, you don't need to use the max allowable usage with this one.
No, and I would argue that even in soap and lotions to not use the max.
Yeah, I typically wouldn't recommend that.
Just a sidebar, if you are looking at the IFRA documents that we list for all of our oils, essential oil fragrance, they will list the maximum amount safe to use in different products. That is not necessarily the recommended amount to use.
Very important to remember.
Yes. So, for example, a lot of them are safe to use at 100% in a candle. You would just not do that. Your candle would be soup. So definitely start on the lower end. You can always add more, but if you're happy with the scent of that lower amount, you don't need any more.
Yeah.
Just don't go over the max.
Right. Here's a cool question that I love. My sister is a candle maker. Any good Christmas gift ideas for her?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Well, fragrance, I think, is always appreciated by candle makers. Maybe especially like ones they kind of more want to try, but not necessarily like, buy themselves.
Yeah, get her those risky ones.
Yeah.
That she might like kind of be on the fence about.
Yeah, or if you know what kind of scents she typically likes or is looking for, feel free to write into us as well. We can help you pick some out.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
We do have a fragrance finder as well where you can kind of sort by particular notes. So if she's super into grapefruit, we can show you all of those.
Yeah.
I also love kind of like a good wick trimmer set. I know she probably has one, but
yeah, those are nice.
I love some candle tools.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I've been seeing a lot of like warming lamps lately as well.
For wickless candles, which I'm seeing more and more of all the time.
So if she did make some tester candles that maybe like didn't work out with the wick or for whatever reason, you don't have to waste them. She can just put them under that warmer or on top of a warmer and use it that way.
That's a great point. I never even thought about that, of getting the
I've
candle
been thinking
warmers.
about that lately.
Yeah, that's an incredible idea, so that your failed kind of wick testers, they don't have to go to waste. You can put them in a warmer.
Because someone asked, how do I reuse the wax? And sometimes you just can't. Unfortunately, but I think if she is a candle maker and she's testing candles, that is another way that she can use the ones and they won't go to like waste.
Yeah, yeah. Still get some nice fragrance out of them.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
I love that. I love that idea. I never even thought about that.
I think it's cute.
All right.
Okay.
We got through our favorite fragrance oils and essential oils. Now it's time to move on to the blends.
I'm ready.
Yes.
It was hard to narrow some down. We get a ton of amazing blend suggestions, mostly on Cassie's lives.
Yeah.
But y'all are out there testing some weird things.
Which I love to see it. I love to see it.
Especially around this time of year, I feel like before we start hitting our favorite points, I need to call out Jamaica Me Christmas.
Yeah. Which was featured in a recent video I did with Santa Claus.
I've never been more surprised by a fragrance blend my entire life than Jamaica Me Crazy and Mistletoe.
Yeah, and that was one that one of you guys, like, years ago, when I first started doing lives, suggested to me. And I was like, okay, that's weird, but I have to try it because it's so weird. And I was shocked that it was actually really, really good.
I was convinced, yeah. I refuse to believe it, but it is true.
Yeah.
That is a good blend. If y'all have any kind of insane blends, feel free to drop them in the comments.
Yes.
We would be happy
love
to try them.
Yeah, we love unhinged fragrance blends.
Yeah. But ours,
these are not
these are
unhinged.
good. Oh yeah,
these are good. I promise.
We have tried these.
Yeah.
And to have found them true. So.
Yeah, so one of my favorites is Velvet Vanilla with Smoked Oud for like a smoked vanilla, smoky vanilla. Yeah. I got a smoked vanilla candle. I don't remember from where. I got it years and years ago. And like since then, I've been trying to replicate it. And this blend gets very, very, very close.
I'm going to say it. I like Velvet Vanilla better with smoked oud added to it.
I do too.
Just a little. Velvet Vanilla is really good. I'm not a huge vanilla girl, and I'm kind of like out of trend on that. But like a smoked vanilla, there was just something so upscale about that
It's just,
when you showed me.
Yeah, it's very high end, very luxurious. You just got to try it.
Yeah. So, actually. That's actually a really good gift for anybody, too.
Oh, yeah. Sample bottles.
Oh, just throw them in there.
Yeah, nice little stocking stuffer. Make sure the lids are screwed on, though.
Yeah. But those are perfect. Just fill them up.
Yeah.
Fill them up. Yeah. Smoked vanilla. I'm going to be thinking about that now for a while.
I know. I need to make a candle with it.
Another one that surprised me was the sweetness I thought was going to be a little too much here. I actually love blackcurrant and jasmine. It is one of my all-time favorites, especially for soap. Like, I don't know, it's just really nice.
I think it gets a little slept on.
It does, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But blending blackcurrant and jasmine with the newer cranberry prosecco, it is so good.
That is a surprising blend.
I didn't know how I felt.
Yeah.
Doing it, it felt wrong, but smelling it, it was very like effervescent. And blackcurrant and jasmine does have a softness to it.
It's pretty.
It is very, very pretty. And the cranberry prosecco is just fun and bubbly and kind of extravagant. It's great for like New Year's, things like that. But the mix is really nice, and it doesn't take away from either of them. I probably would use less blackcurrant and jasmine.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest, but
no, it makes sense. I gotta try that one.
It's pretty good.
Well, our last favorite blend, I mean, you've probably heard us talk about this, like if you watch any of our content.
We can't stop talking about it, actually.
Yeah, and that's Fraser Fir and Fireside.
It's a winter woods.
It's just good. Like, just try it.
Just do it. What are you waiting for?
Like, yeah, Fireside is such a good blender with so many different fragrances.
Most.
Most. Woodsy scents in particular. And with Fraser Fir, it's just chef's kiss. So good.
Yeah. White birch. Hear me out. White birch, Fireside, and a little bit like cranberry apple marmalade.
Ooh.
Is also, but it's very Christmas. This, I think, Fraser Fir and Fireside is like the best. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But big fan there.
Yeah.
Big fan there.
Yeah. Well, we'd also love to hear if you guys have any blends of yours that you want to share anyway. There's definitely some that I have that I'm keeping to myself. But
if I come up with any, I'm an open book. Y'all can have them. But I haven't been doing as much blending as I should this year.
Yeah.
But if you guys would like to see more, definitely let us know.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Julia.
It is a sleigh.
It is a sleigh. Let's see what else. Yeah.
Just sing. Perfect. Oh, thanks. You guys are so cute. That is our kind of list for our 2023 favorites.
Yeah.
We have a lot of really cool things lined up for 2024.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to some of the stuff we have coming out.
We're not allowed to say.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say, but there's a lot of really good fragrances coming very soon.
Yeah, and we may be revealing some on lives.
Yes.
So you guys can keep an eye out for that. But also, if there's anything you want us to carry, to look into, to test, you'd love to see more of, you can definitely let us know. Please always let us know, actually. We are more than happy to pass on that information to our product team so we can kind of see, what makers are looking for these days.
Yeah. Oh, here's a cool blend.
Oh.
Blackcurrant absinthe with a fragrance from another company called Ghost Train. Okay, that's an amazing name.
But Little Green Fairies might be better.
Yes. I like Little Green Fairies too. That's a really good name.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I love hearing everyone's names for fragrances.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can use the name that CandleScience uses, just check trademarks.
Yeah, totally.
But when y'all get so creative, we love that. Some of them are so, so good.
Yeah.
I love hearing it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. My top-selling soap in northern, that's Wisconsin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, making sure. Is white birch. Yeah. White birch.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's fresh. It's woodsy.
Top
It's
10 for me.
Top 10 for me too, for sure.
It's very clean. And if you want a woodsy scent, but you do not want a ton of pine or overwhelming like moss or anything like that, white birch. Try white birch.
Yeah, I think there's some like eucalyptus notes in there that it really keeps it nice and fresh and refreshing.
Yeah, it's sharp and tangy, but in a very invigorating way.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Also try it with Fireside.
Yeah. A little dash of Fireside in most things will improve it, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah. Even like weird things sometimes, like
Creme brulee.
yeah, like creme brulee with Fireside, just a little bit is really good too. It just gives it more toastiness.
It just ups the brulee.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're talking about like a smoked rose, smoked oud, I do think that adding some smokiness
Rose and oud.
Yes. Oh, rude.
Rude.
Rose and oud is another one that's very good. I mean, if we're talking about, burning, though, lavender embers.
Yeah.
That's probably the smokiest fragrance we currently have.
Another polarizing fragrance because out of the bottle, the smokiness is extremely intense. Very much so. And so it kind of puts a lot of people off. But I promise you, if you make a candle with it, the smokiness takes a back seat. You get more of that beautiful, fresh, floral lavender. And the smokiness just adds interest. It just makes it...
It's interesting is how I would describe that scent.
Yeah.
Before anything.
Yeah.
Unique.
It's unique, yeah.
Non-derogatory.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
This is an excellent question. What's another good marine that I could use to represent Lake Superior?
Ooh. I love when people do these regional collections that sort of like celebrate their hometown or their area. Let's see.
I've never been to Lake Superior.
Yeah, me neither.
But we do have some good marines. I always want to say high tide, but that might be a little salty.
I think that's too salty. Maybe sea minerals, though.
Sea minerals. I'm trying to think. What's like kind of, it might be a blend. Even.
It might be a
maybe
blend.
add something a little bit murky, if that makes sense. Like maybe even redwoods and moss.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like
Oh,
that
that
gives
could be
lakeside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Adirondack chairs and that kind of vibe.
Yeah, like maybe a sea minerals with a redwoods and moss.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would be. That's just off the top of the head.
Maybe even lavender driftwood.
Might be too much lavender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too herbaceous.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can try a few things.
Yeah.
And,
We'll try some stuff.
and see what works.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Will there be seasonal or sample fragrance sets coming soon?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's definitely something that we would love to have.
We get a lot of requests for it.
Yeah. We wouldn't have like an exact timeline or
Yeah.
plan for it, but we do know that would be something really cool to have.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future.
Yeah. I can't say it's soon,
Yeah.
but it's not a definite no. I'll put it that way.
Never say never.
Yeah.
I do think that'd be really cool to have.
Yeah, I would like to have that.
Yeah.
Nice. Good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was scared for a
Yeah,
minute.
I was scared too.
I was like, oh no, what am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
But yeah. And if you guys ever have any questions, concerns, want to know more about anything, you can always write in.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, write into us on social, write into support. We'd be happy to help in any way that we can.
Yeah. Even if you just want to like work through some like fragrance ideas, name suggestions, always happy to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
We like that part.
That's the fun part of the job, right?
It is good. And I think the candle making community is so, for the most part, very inviting and welcoming, which it's a nice community to be a part of.
It is, yeah. Oh, I love this. I'm not one much for smokiness, but Fireside is perfect for kids' coal soaps. Yeah, the lump of coal soaps. Yeah.
Not the kids.
Yeah, those are really funny stocking stuffers. Yeah, we have a project with those, I think, the lump of coal soaps.
Yeah.
And Fireside, actually, that would be a really good fragrance to use.
It is perfect. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are funny stocking stuffers. I've done those before.
They are, and they're so satisfying to make. There's something about just chunking off some soap.
Oh my gosh,
like just chop it up. We should bring that one back. I might do a quick tutorial then.
Yeah, we should do that because that one's easy.
Yeah. You can cut up bars of soap that you have in hand. You don't really need to even make much.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that project.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and this is from us.
Yeah. If we don't see all of the questions, our lovely Sophie is helping us over here if we miss anything.
Yeah, so tell us your favorite candle making discovery of 2023.
Yeah.
Here's one. Black Sea, lavender driftwood, and sea salt and orchid. Ooh, the lavender driftwood is interesting. I have blended Black Sea and sea salt and orchid together before. Really good. Really pretty. Yeah. I never thought to add lavender driftwood.
Those are some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Those are some heavy hitters altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, and
we'll have to try that.
Sea salt and orchid is not one of my favorites.
How dare?
Oh no, it's time to fight.
Yeah.
Only because I, in my wisdom, made my own candles for my baby shower. And it just, it's not because it's a bad fragrance.
Yeah.
It's just because, man, I was stressed.
Yeah. So they're just bad associations.
Yeah, but it is beautiful.
Yeah,
and I will definitely try that.
Yeah.
For sure. The lavender driftwood might actually be my favorite of those three, though. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I kind of have that with Black Sea where I just made so much of it one time that I smelled it way too much. And now I just can't. I've never made it again.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You can absolutely outgrow a scent. You can also go nose blind.
Yes,
to
you
a
can.
scent.
Yeah.
So there are, at this point in our candle making careers, scents that just don't affect us like they used to. And if you are a candle maker out there and you're unsure if a particular scent you've been working with is losing its strength or smells different, I would recommend testing it out on like friends and family.
Yeah, have someone else smell it.
Yeah, you might actually just be so used to it that's just not hitting like it used to.
Yeah.
And that's very normal. It happens a lot.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you make a lot of candles, different scents, day in and day out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be tricky.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, so, again, if there's anything else that you guys want to let us know, we'd be happy to hear it, especially when it comes to what your greatest candle making discovery was this year.
Yeah. What were your greatest hits?
Or
how Spotify does your Spotify Wrapped. Like, what's your
candle wrapped?
Your candle wrap. Yeah.
I would love to know people's favorite or best sellers this past year.
Oh, here we go. Lavender Embers, the best scent of 2023. Yeah, and again, while it's super smoky out of bottle, it's a rock star in wax. Yeah, totally agreed. Another Lavender Embers appreciator.
Yeah, when we were testing, we had to keep the blotter strips in a sealed jar because it was so strong. It was coloring all of the other scents that we were smelling. So, When people write in and asking what's your strongest smelling scent, sometimes that's the answer.
That's one of them. That's one of them.
But if you don't like it,
Yeah.
then, it might not be for you, even though it is a strong scent.
Yeah.
So always feel free to ask us, what our strongest scents are. Just also let us know the kind of scents you like, so we can kind of help you narrow it down.
Yeah.
If you don't like petrichor, that might be an issue, because we will recommend it.
Yeah. We love petrichor.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And I know there's a fan club out there.
There is. Yeah.
I do.
We even had a meteorologist endorse petrichor
Yes.
as a very authentic scent.
Petrichor is meteorologist approved.
It is. Yep.
Do what you will with that.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that is almost it for us.
Yeah, those are our favorite things of 2023.
Yeah. And, again, we would love to know what yours are. So feel free to write in and let us know. But also what you're looking for more in the next year.
Yeah. Wait, here's one last comment. Campfire marshmallow with fireside. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. More fire.
Yes, more fire.
That is sometimes the answer.
And actually, that one of my blends I almost included as a favorite blend was campfire marshmallow with petrichor.
Monstrous.
Which sounds weird, and it's only a little bit of petrichor, but it's really good. It makes it like a spooky ghost story, around the campfire kind of situation.
That is such a good theme, or like kind of feeling to have like sitting around in a damp forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Yeah. So some people might not want their house to smell like that necessarily, but
and that's okay. I'm all about like thematic candles or
Yeah.
like setting a mood or a tone in a space. And if you want to feel like you are trapped in a spooky woods reading ghost stories, like why not?
yeah. And
that'd be
who
the
doesn't
perfect
want to feel
blend.
like that?
Yeah. What are you doing? Ooh, another Black Sea blend.
Cranberry. Which cranberry?
I don't know.
Cranberry prosecco
Ooh,
or cranberry
Cranberry-
marmalade?
Cranberry Woods.
Cranberry woods. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I will admit something. I don't blend Black Sea, personally, just because I can't.
Yeah.
I know that they're good. I can never get the ratio just quite right, just because I do think that Black Sea is close to, if not a perfect scent,
Yeah.
personally.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I have to enter my Black Sea era next year and figure it out.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Too much of a good thing.
It was really too much of a good thing. That can happen.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what comes out in the next launch.
Yeah, there's some good stuff coming up next year. We're gonna be doing a lot more lives of this variety. I believe we got some new equipment that makes it possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many cameras.
Yeah. And I'll keep doing my Instagram, Facebook lives too, that are kind of like my the low budget live, pretty much.
I might try a TikTok live.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid of devolving into chaos. So,
Yeah.
I think
Which is possible.
But I like this format.
Yeah.
And I love finding out what you've been up to as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, aha.
Oh, it was
It
Cranberry
was
Woods.
Cranberry Woods.
I can see that.
Woodsy and Black Sea.
I can see that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm
I'll
gonna
have to
try that.
check that out. All right, y'all. Well, we are coming up to the end here, so
Baby's first live.
yeah, Dana's first live. She did a great job.
Thanks. It is all you.
No, it's not.
But no, this was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun making all of these things.
Yeah.
Using all of these things, coming up with blends.
Yeah.
And I am very, very excited
Yeah.
for the upcoming year.
Yeah, for sure.
But also keep in touch, y'all.
Yeah, keep in touch, and I know it's a busy time of year for you guys, so I hope it goes well, and have a nice and profitable holiday season.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to tune in, guys.
Yeah. We'll see you next time, probably in 2024.
Yeah. Ooh. Bye.